Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, guys. Jiri Prochazka just brutally knocked out Khalil Rountree Jr. in the third round, and I just feel so sad for Khalil, bro. Like, he was dominating the fight. He easily won the first two rounds, but you know, honestly, congrats to Jiri because he came back from some serious adversity to knock out Khalil Rountree, and Khalil obviously has a pretty good chin, yeah, he got knocked out against Alex, but still, like in the first two rounds, his counters were just so good, Khalil Rountree. But Jiri Prochazka, bro, like you gotta give it to him, bro. Like, he's genuinely a warrior. Like Jiri Prochazka has the mindset of a genuine warrior. Like, like all these juju stuff that he does. It's not random bullshit. It's serious. Like, he seriously trains his body in that way, like in which like he can do the level of shit that he did against Khalil, and to be honest, after this fight, I think Khalil definitely won more fans compared to Edi because he just went at it, bro, like from the very first round. Like, Khalil was just rushing forward so much, and a lot of people actually expected this to be a very easy night for Edi, which it obviously wasn't because like as I said, like Edi really started to fight like he should have been from the first round in the third round, and it obviously resulted in a knockout. And to be honest, I think the only problem which Khalil had wasn't his chin, it was actually his cardio, because in the third round, just after eating one or two shots, he was looking so slow compared to like compared to his activity that it was in the first two rounds. And to be honest, like I think Khalil wanted to win the third round also, but I think as soon as he got hit, he started to play defensively, and which obviously will not work against Jiri Prochazka. That's Jiri Prochazka we're talking about. Like, I just understand, like that's Jiri Prochazka, like, simple. And to be honest, I'm actually quite glad for Jiri. And actually, here's a fun fact for you. Like, when Alex Pereira knocked out Magomed Ankalaev, Jiri Prochazka was crying, and honestly, it makes sense because Alex is obviously his daddy, and you have to understand, right? Because like that meant so much to Jiri Prochazka because Alex Pereira knocked out Jiri Prochazka two times, and that same Alex Pereira just knocked out Magomed Ankalaev, who was the undisputed champion before. Now that's a proud moment for Jiri Prochazka. Like, yeah, I got beat, but only by the best of the best. Like, simple. Because if Magomed were to beat Alex, Jiri Prochazka would say, oh yeah, like it would have been an excuse for like Jiri Prochazka haters, which I don't think there are many, like saying like Magomed beat Alex Pereira, Alex Pereira destroyed Jiri Prochazka. So simple, like it's not that deep. Anyways, so yeah, I said I feel bad for Khalil Rountree because he has been a very inspiring top contender for the past 1 or 2 years, because against Alex Pereira, obviously, he was the number 7th ranked contender, and no one gave him a chance. Like, no one, like, people were predicting Alex Pereira to absolutely destroy him, which Alex Pereira did. But remember, Khalil Rountree was up on the scorecards, and Khalil Prochazka and Khalil Rountree actually hurt Alex, unlike which is everything up until that point no one had ever done in light heavyweight, because like Khalil is the first one, not the only one, because Magod also did it, but Khalil Rountree is the first one in light heavyweight to crack Alex Pereira, like, to show some signs of slowing down for Alex Pereira. He obviously got knocked out brutally. His nose, his face, looked very bad. But anyways, like, that's like Jiri Prochazka has the mindset of a warrior, and Khalil Rountree has the heart of a warrior, because Khalil actually took a huge risk in this fight, because after beating Jamal, he had a top, he was an undisputed top contender, but like, taking this fight against Hidi is obviously, as I said, he was predicted to win by a long shot, and you have to understand that. So yeah, I feel really bad for Khalil Rountree, but yeah, I'm sure that he'll come. I'm pretty sure he'll make a turnaround, and he'll come, I think, like early 2026 maybe, against someone like, let's say, I personally believe that Carlos does not deserve a title shot, not after winning that version of Reyes, I don't think, but I feel like right now the trilogy should happen between Yidi and Alex. I'm not giving Yidi much of a chance to win or any, but he deserves it. Like, let's be honest, he does deserve this title fight against Alex, and if he actually manages to do what he is saying he will do against Alex, he obviously has he's 0-2 against Alex, and you have to understand, right? But he is basically reinventing himself in as a fighter, Jiri Prochazka, and he really proved that tonight, because there was some serious adversity, in the first two rounds, and I feel like Carlos Ulberg versus Khalil Rountree is not that bad of a match, because Carlos might say like Khalil just lost, but how about this? Alex versus Jiri, and then the next title and the next contender, and the winner of that gets the winner of Ulberg versus Rountree. Let's say that's actually a pretty what do you call it? That's actually a pretty fair system, I would say. Anyways, that's my thoughts on this, guys. My voice is almost out. You guys basically let me know what you guys think, and inshallah I'll see you guys next time. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.